Hey everybody, welcome back to some more Mario Kart Double Dash. Today we got Baseball Kid versus AverageTrey. And your commentators for today are myself, being spelled correctly, and Optimistic Emo with me.
Yo, what's up?
And yeah, I'm excited. This should be fun. Bands coming through already. Baseball Kid with the Bowser's Castle band, and Trey with the Sherbetland band. No surprises there.
Surprised. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I don't even know if Baseball Kid was playing Sherbetland right before it as well, so he's not gonna have that advantage over him.
Yeah, and Baseball Kid being the higher seed here gets first pick and picking DKM right off the bat. Although this is a track that Trey said he used to like a lot, I still don't think he hates it, but I don't know, maybe he can find some consistency just having played it more than others. But
Yeah.
he is against a much higher seed here, so.
Yeah, it's without a doubt his favorite track, but I mean, going up against baseball is gonna be a little tough. You gotta not fail any of the skips, and pray to the bounce gods to not give you any error.
Yeah. Alright, so Trey getting his shroom off first lap while Baseball's holding it.
Yeah, I really like the first lap shroom, to be honest, because usually you won't make the same cycles that you do on your PR.
Right.
But Trey already, putting himself at a disadvantage, getting stuck in the middle of the mountain, and putting himself behind a second almost.
Yeah, despite using the shroom as well. Oh, but Baseball getting a weird angle. Wants to ride up on the wall. That was interesting. That was a huge
Tony Hawk style.
Yeah, still does have the extra shroom, but there out goes Trey's second shroom. Yeah, that was weird. I think he got really scared of getting stuck on the wall because his drift didn't start, so he started it super late and his angle was weird, and yeah, he just kind of flew up against the wall. But Trey, so far, looking good. Oh, Baseball!
Oh,
no,
Baseball actually falling in.
Oh,
I was gonna say Trey actually got stuck for a little bit, but Baseball actually ended up taking the bigger time loss there.
Yeah, it got stuck just long enough to not have the speed. I mean, that gap is like so tiny, but you can get slowed down by that fence a lot.
Just shows how precise that trick is, and I mean, getting the weirdest angle on there, can set you up for disaster.
Yeah, there's always kind of an internal struggle of like how safe should I play it versus how fast should I play it, and it sucks because like the worst case scenario is like really bad, so you really want to play it safe, but you can also save so much time there. Although Trey getting points on the board, pulling into the lead, and that'll be Baseball's pick for the next track as loser picks.
Yeah. I was hoping that Trey would get a couple points in, but this early on.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of that's impressive, honestly.
Now he's bloodthirsty, looking to take the game. Baseball shoes.
No stopping here.
Yeah.
He's gonna go for the donut, dude.
He wants to 13-0 baseball. Oh man, I don't know what I would do if that happened. So yeah, actually, for those of you who aren't familiar with the players, Baseball Kid is one of the higher seeds in this tournament, while Trey is one of the lower seeds. So
yeah,
this is definitely skewed in Baseball's favor here, as far as just the skill matchup goes. But yeah, Baseball kind of has struggled in one tries before, but this is definitely a matchup where, like, if Baseball 13-0 Trey, I wouldn't be that surprised. But Trey's saying no.
Not today.
Yeah.
And I mean, Trey recently picking up the game like in September-ish, I think, and then Baseball's has a couple of years now to his Double Dash endeavors. But so far, both openers looking a little sloppy.
Trey.
Oh, Trey, he's going for the flap shroom.
Yeah, without the shroom. That'll be some time loss, yeah, and it makes matters worse considering his opener was already so much slower. I think he was like 0.8 behind, now probably a lot more. Oh man,
oh, no.
There he goes, into the side lane.
Definitely not what you want to see. Ooh, I don't know about that shroom. I feel like at that
Yeah.
point, might as well go for flap.
I was just about to say, you really don't get the most out of your shroom coming around that corner, because you've already like skipped half the corner. So
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things where you never see it, it never happens, so it's kind of
yeah,
weird to judge whether or not you should do it.
yeah, exactly. Like you don't really necessarily know the strats for that, but there you go, baseball tying it back up, and that'll make it Trey's pick next. I don't know what I'll choose here.
I feel like baseball just wants to get rid of his least favorite tracks, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, sorry. Trey was picking. My bad. I was saying for baseball.
Oh yeah. Mushroom Bridge.
Huh.
He was warming up a little bit on Mushroom Bridge, I gotta say.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully that can help him out here.
Yeah,
This
I
is a
mean,
track
especially with the
where,
cars.
yeah, you really just gotta avoid the cars. Sometimes it's about like who hits the least amount of cars. But if neither of them hit cars, which doesn't happen that often, then the driving matters. But yeah, this track is you gotta be somewhat precise with your line. And yeah, you can already see baseball getting a better line.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and Trey drops an MT on that corner. Uses the shroom to get back up to speed, though. I gotta say, not a bad idea, considering the shrooms don't save you that much in this track. You kind of just shroom during these like straightaways.
Yeah, the only problem, which is like if you do shroom, most of the time since you've never shroomed there, you're gonna get stuck in the wall. But Trey actually pulling it off pretty well, and saving the most out of that shroom.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it's 2 obstacles already in the second lap, and baseball's running away with it so far. And I gotta say, it might have been because he didn't have the shroom. He tried to empty outward and ended up chipping the trucks. Maybe he should have tried to, hold or use the shroom and then just empty. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
But either way, it probably didn't matter because so far baseball is looking pretty solid. But at least he's hit less cars than Trey. Oh man, there's another one for Trey. I swear on Mushroom Bridge we need to start like putting up like truck hit counters.
There is one on the stats page, but
oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh boy, a 128 from Trey. That is not what he wanted. Unfortunate.
So that's a mess and a half.
Yeah, he got like some stuckage for a while, and then like I don't know 4 or 5 car hits. So that'll do it. Trey now wants to take baseball to the Wario Coliseum.
Since he can't get that since you can't get that donut, maybe he's looking for the donut at the end of the track.
Maybe.
Can I see a fall there, please? Hello.
Yeah, we've seen a fair amount of falls in this track, and baseball kids art tech. He kind of was complaining failed him on DKM, so hopefully the same won't happen on Wario, but that's definitely what Trey would hope for, considering Trey hasn't really learned art tech fully yet. I think he's used it before, but I'll have to see if he actually wants to use it in the one try.
Yeah, I think what he used to do was only go for it in flap. Because when you do shroom, like it's very it's very jank. And there he is, busting out that art tech. Going wide in a couple places, but still saving way more time than he would have otherwise.
Pretty solid. He is ahead of Baseball Kid here, though, although those shrooms save so much time on Wario. So he's really got to get further in the lead if he's going to hope to beat out Baseball's shrooms that he's saved. Oh no! And the bonk pushed him into the donut.
No, I was saying it for the other person, but Nope,
all your fault.
Commentators curse.
Oh man, that's a shame. Yeah, the tiniest little bonk just sent him flying in there, especially since I think he was kind of A-teching that MT. Just sent him in a straight line towards the center there.
Yeah, that's the thing with ATech. Like, you're already like so into it that like you can't really adjust it when you've already done it, right?
Hmm.
So if something goes wrong, like if you hit like a wall or I don't know, like enter something like really strangely, then it sets you off course. And oh man,
Whew.
Trey almost falling in it once again, but proven to us that his ATech is too superior.
Yeah, he's learned from his mistakes. Yeah, it's interesting because ATech like even kind of affects your next MT. So like when you do it, like you were saying, you kind of locked into that movement, I guess. Oh, bonks the wall again, but deals with it a little better this time. Whew, that corner is scary. The corner has it out for Trey. I thought we might have seen a repeat of what happened earlier, but so yeah, baseball getting the 159, actually beating out Trey's PR. So even without Trey's fall, I think that would have been a very tough time to beat.
Yeah, you have to PR by 2 seconds, I think. I mean it's doable, but in one try it's really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean he was looking pretty solid at the start. It was just keeping it all together, and slowly but surely baseball was making up time, and that's just how it is. Like you have to you start seeing the small time saves, and they all like add up at the end.
Right. Yeah. Especially for Double Dash. I mean, all the courses have been like pretty close. Just in general, I don't know. When you're only driving for like under 2 minutes, you're bound to have some times that are close. So yeah, the littlest things can make a huge difference.
Hmm.
On to Daisy Cruiser. This is always a fun one that people are scared of on one tries. Um, just mostly because of the pool skip. It's somewhat easy to fall in. You go a little too wide, and especially when you're shrooming. When you're not shrooming, it's not so bad. But when you get those shrooms in and you're really trying to, get the most out of your shroom, it can be a little spooky. So that's something to watch out for here. Trey dropping MT is going to put baseball quite in the lead in the first lap here, but there's plenty of course left to go.
Yeah, and I mean, like you were saying, the pool skip area, the shroom is really what determines if you're gonna fall in. Like, I don't think I've seen a lap one fall in yet. Have we?
Um, Honestly, I might have done that. I can't remember. I feel like I have. Uh, but maybe not. I don't know. It's definitely easier to not do that. Oh, baseball was getting stuck, but gets off the wall, still staying in the lead. You'll also notice baseball is just getting off extra MTs, like the ramp exiting that
Mhm.
kitchen area. That one can help out quite a bit.
Yeah, and then this one right here, he does 4 quick MTs, I think, and Trey does 3.
Yeah.
And it sets him up better for the shroom as well. But Trey's actually the Trey shroom was actually looking pretty nice. I mean,
Yeah,
despite not
pretty
having that
decent
extra MT.
stairs. Definitely
But
just some
baseball,
kind of. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't see any falls though. Just kind
yeah.
of shows off the skill difference, in a vacuum. Oh, never mind. Trey drops an MT, slams into the wall. But doesn't matter as baseball's already crossing the finish line with a 138.2. Actually, a pretty solid run.
Yeah, no, he was not leaving Trey any room.
Yeah, I mean Trey, I think barely has a 139, so that was like way below his PR. And yeah, just showing off the skill difference here between the two players.
Yeah, I think Trey needs to take the those special cup courses maybe. I mean that DKM really helped him out. So honestly, like looking at the DDJ, for example, right as he picked it.
Yeah, that's a good point. No, those could definitely help him out. Actually, I was gonna say, I wonder if maybe he's feeling a little less pressure having a point on the board. Because sometimes when you're up against a player that's much better than you, you're kind of scared of your score just staying 0 there, and you're like, oh gosh, like I need to get at least 1 point so I can feel okay. So I wonder if getting that point out early maybe took a little pressure off his shoulders. I'll have to ask him, or maybe it doesn't matter. Who knows? Depends on Trey.
Yeah, no, I think it's fair to assume that it has like some influence over you,
Ooh, look at
because
that
yeah,
save.
it definitely does like just it's like a weight on you. Like okay, you have to get some points.
Hmm.
You can't just end it up at a donut, right?
Right.
But already at one point, must be not having those nerves as much at least.
Right. Yeah, and like we said, kind of hoping Trey can get. Oh, baseball actually dropped an MT right after the shroom. That costs a lot of time, and Trey's looking in. Oh gosh, well, didn't really MT
Yeah,
as much as he'd liked over the bridge.
yeah, he was getting a weird angle. He just didn't want to risk it. Just rather drive a little safe and get some air there.
Yeah,
The
still
Kaiser.
pretty close though. Honestly, I was gonna say if he didn't get that air at the end, that would have been a very close opener. I
Oh
think.
no, yeah, they would have been tied for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Boy.
worried there.
Oh, okay. All right, everything's fine.
And
All
now
right.
Trey's taking the short lead. Actually, I
Yeah.
don't know exactly what happened.
Well,
There
I think
wasn't the
the.
glitch.
Oh no, but Trey falls
Oh
off.
no.
I was gonna say I think the streams just got a little desynced from the drop frames. I think
Oh,
baseball's.
might have been.
Well, now he's way ahead. Unfortunately, Trey fell in. Kind of what he was hoping baseball to do, but this is one of baseball's better tracks. Maybe his best track, actually. He does have second place in the flap, really close to world record, so definitely no stranger to it.
No shroomless from baseball either.
So,
This one, he knows he's on like he's on okay pace, so he's like kind of worried. I'm assuming that if Trey's on like good pace, that he'd still be able to take it. So I'd rather not go for the shroomless and just take the win instead with a 144.
yeah, and
Um,
actually still ended up beating Trey's PR by quite a bit, so might have been a decent call and not going for Streamless. Just didn't really feel like he needed it. But yeah, no, that's kind of something that you keep in the back of your mind is like, oh crap, I messed up. Do I do something risky to make this up, or do I just chill out? I feel like most times it's like chill out, just because one tries are like so scary.
yeah.
And you don't want to like you just kind of want to cut your losses. Like it's fine, just keep going instead of like let me go all out. Only Goomba does that, where he'll kind of turn up the heat third lap. I've noticed if he messes up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to do that, to be honest. Going into like third or the last lap, it's always just okay. I gotta play it safe, especially if you're on like good pace,
Right.
or like the first two laps, and then you get into that third lap, and I feel like this like just a much added pressure into that, and at least for me, I always end up like just dropping MTs everywhere.
Trey actually ended up getting a better opener there, even though he's only using 6 MT. Oh, and here come the 9.2s from
Oh yeah,
baseball's
this
8 MT.
this is where the magic happens.
Yeah.
No,
9.4. Okay,
9.4
okay.
actually. Not
Yeah, baseball's still
amazing.
just a tad in the lead.
Oh, he drops that 1 MT in there. It's gonna be another 9.4. Yeah. But
Still
that's the
though,
thing
just
though.
losing a little bit of time each lap.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, he dropped an MT and he got a 9.4. So
Yeah,
that's
and that's like a good lap for Trey, so it's kind of hard to keep up with that.
just gonna come
Trey's
down to the
getting a lot of
shrooms.
9.4s though. I wonder if he's on PR pace. I don't really know. Oh, well, he dropped an MC. Yeah, maybe not with those shrooms. 106.2 to a 105.4. Beating out Trey's PR yet again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, it was
Trey's got a
really solid from
105.7.
baseball.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and that's really all he needed. Just bust out the 8 MT, do it somewhat safe, and you should have like more time saved than Trey. So as long as he didn't make any big mistakes, I feel like he was pretty good to win Baby Park. That's the thing about Baby Park is there's like so many different strats at different levels that there can be like kind of a huge time save for like the better player in that track. I do not like it. It's no wonder it's the most banned track in this league, I believe.
Yeah, no, it makes sense honestly. Just from switching from 6MT to 8MT makes like a big difference, and then on top of that, right, you can also do the sideways strat, and it saves another second or so. So just another thing to look out for whenever they're playing or they're planning on picking Baby Park.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go for some ring road action. You know, something a little more complex than Baby Park's 2 corners.
Right. Yeah, I went from the shortest track in the game to the longest track in the game.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh.
Always
that's
super sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, Trey! What happened?
No,
oh, did he hit the
dude.
invisible little like hitbox there or whatever? I know sometimes
know.
if you get too close exiting the zipper spiral, there's a weird thing that you can just kind of bonk that doesn't normally exist.
Yeah, it's like the track like lifts up for a little bit, right? And then it like sucks you in almost.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really rare, but I wonder if that's what happened because he kind of shot off the lid. I didn't. Oh, maybe I'll have to watch it back later, but that was wild.
Yeah.
That's pretty unfortunate, actually. Losing both shrooms as well before you got a chance to use them. Losing 5 seconds on that opener. Or
Oh
6
no.
seconds, actually. Yeah, I do not like that right MT start from Trey.
Yeah. He looked like he was gonna empty into the abyss, but
Right.
somehow I don't know if he did like some fancy A-tag magic there, but somehow didn't go in.
Baseball just kind of keeping his lead at this point, can really just cruise to the finish line to get the point. Still got both shrooms as well to make matters worse. Oh, Trey, okay. He's holding an MT. Stay on the track. And yeah, and this is already a track where the time differences between players is generally pretty huge, just because, first of all, the track's so long. So, you know, in a way, the better player has more time to save time, if that makes sense. And yeah, I mean, look, Trey's got a 301.5 PR, and Baseball has a 255. So there's a 6 seconds difference almost.
Yeah,
Just
it's
between
almost
the PRs.
It's almost similar to like the DDJ pick, where you normally wouldn't make up that time just by driving alone, but you know, where if there's a fall or whatever, it can easily switch sides. But
Yeah.
you know, obviously Trey taking the bad end of that deal.
Oh,
kind
and
of
takes
again.
it again. Oh no. Trey's gonna pick Mushroom City next, that's where he wants to go, I can tell. I'm only saying that because Mushroom City is like below Rainbow Road. Oh, okay, and Baseball. Thought he was gonna come to a full stop there. But makes it to the finish line. The 258, beating out Trey's PR by quite a bit.
He knows what happened. He knows Trey fell in twice, so he was like, I'm just gonna style on him, and does the backwards finish. And you know he takes the game right there, 7-1. But we're still gonna play the last 5 more races after this, for Trey and Baseball to collect as many points as they possibly can. And yeah, Trey's gonna pick Waluigi Stadium. No Mushroom City here.
Dang it. I tried.
So close. He was aiming for it. I saw it, you know. I saw it twice even.
Yeah. But yeah, it goes for Waluigi instead. Yeah, this is a track, you know, it's a track where like mistakes can make a big difference, but in a way that actually plays in Baseball's favor because there are a lot of little things that can end up saving you a lot of time. And I guess another one of those tracks where like you'll have a huge time difference between different players. Because you know, you think of a track like Peach Beach where it's like, oh, they got like maybe 1.5 second difference or 2 seconds between their time. It's like this track is like only a bit longer, but like the difference between their PRs is still going to be just huge. I mean, Trey has a 141 and Baseball has a 137, so it's pretty.
Oh no!
Pretty
And And Trey actually going for a wild ride, taking those ramps after using a shroom that
Baseball.
usually you reserve.
Hitting a fireball though, still gonna keep him a lot in the lead. Trey's gonna need a lot more than that to stay up.
I mean, yeah, Trey got stuck for a pretty long time.
Yeah. I was like, oh, fireball! Like, it makes that big a difference. It's like, Trey's gonna need a little more than that. Oh man, getting stuck on that corner again. That's especially bad because you're in the mud and it just takes so much longer to get back up to speed. It's pretty important that you avoid that. Unfortunately, it happened twice.
But his wall drive actually looked pretty clean. I don't know if you got to catch it. But not gonna be enough though.
Yeah.
Like baseball's gonna take it. Yeah, no.
Oh, and another baseball finished the. All right, still wins out with a very slow end. I got scared there for a second, but I looked at Trey and I was like, he's fine, he's got it. Yikes. Well, I have another point on the board for baseball, and Trey starting to kind of scrounge out these last tracks. Trying to think of what else he's got. He's got Mario Circuits. We got Peach Beach still, Mushroom City, Yoshi. So it's kind of interesting that these actually weren't picked earlier. Dry Desert as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've got, what? Mario Circuit, Peach Beach, Dry, and Yoshi's left?
Yeah.
So, I mean...
and Mushroom City.
It's a pretty good... Oh, yeah. A pretty good variety, and honestly, those are all, like, the middle courses, I'd say. Except mine is, like, Peach Beach. Where it's, like, consistent, or, like, just downright spooky.
Okay, looks like we're actually going. Oh my gosh, Trey with the fake outs. Was thinking about going to Yoshi, but instead goes for Peach Beach. That's gotta get inside baseball's head. Just kidding, it's not gonna make that much of a difference, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. That rewired his brain completely.
He's got the Yoshi muscle memory activated, but he's on Peach Beach.
Dude, he's gonna go for Shroomless here.
He's gonna go on the zipper on the far left, the zipper ramp. Or the tube, both of which don't save any time.
Tube is like way more of a time loss.
Yeah, I don't understand why that exists. You literally have to go in the opposite direction to get spat out in the same place you were. It's like, doesn't make any sense. But none of that here. Unfortunately, this actually is a track that baseball has been playing on a lot recently. He got a flat PR on it just the other day.
Usually the ones that you play... Usually the ones that you play the most, though, are the ones that you do the worst.
Yeah, actually, both of them getting 24-second openers, so not very good.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, it's because baseball got stuck at the very end. Last corner, he just got up all on that grass.
Yeah.
But this lap, not doing the same.
Yeah, unfortunately, Trey. Oh man, these 24 O's. Consistency.
Can we see another one right here?
I'd be surprised. You'd have to hit a lot of grass considering you use the shrooms. Yeah, it looks like. Oh my gosh.
Grass!
This is a 24-0. I'll be mad.
No, it can't be. It can't be.
Okay. 23-0. Yeah. Still though, 0.0s. But yeah, baseball again, beating out Trey's PR by over a second. Not really giving Trey any room to mess up. I mean, actually basically no room. Because like baseball still had like a really bad opener there, but just still crushed his PR. So like definitely a very hard matchup for Trey. And I actually am at this point glad that Trey got that first point out of the way on the board, you know?
Mm-hmm. Like you said, I mean, he's looking for those points, and he's trying out these different tracks, you know, hoping that they give or yield different results. But you know, Mario Circuit, I feel like can be another one of those because like baseball doesn't play this one as much, and on top of that, if you go into the grass just like he did, you know that gives him the advantage. But Trey actually using first lap shrooms. I don't know about this one.
Well, he did hit the grass for a while. Perhaps he's just trying to get back on that. Well, I don't know, but the Goomba cycle lap one's bad, so maybe he could have just taken his cycles. Oh man, going all the way around the Goombas.
Okay, we living. I think lap 2 ones are gonna be really bad. I'm not sure though because his lap wasn't also what he would have liked.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Catching up. Getting on the same page with their shrooms so we can really see the difference in time here. It's actually not that bad. Baseball definitely didn't have the opener he wanted at 31.9.
No, yeah, for sure.
Did he hit a Goomba or something? That's like a really bad opener.
He went to the grass several times, and I think at the end I don't know if he hit the Goomba, but he also went to the grass along that side.
And yeah, now the difference is getting a little bigger. Baseball's got these, so far I've been getting kind of bad openers, but making it up with pretty solid other laps, so hard for Trey to keep up with regardless. And it doesn't help that Trey, you know, has been mowing some lawns here.
Yeah, I feel like he's not playing as much as well as he would have liked. He's making like very big mistakes fairly often. I don't know if that's like the nerves or anything that's like playing against him.
Yeah, maybe. It could also just be that Trey, I guess this is some like insider knowledge, but hasn't been playing Double Dash as much recently. He may not be as in form as he usually is. He's kind of taking a little break from it. Of course, still participating in the league and still warming up, but it can make a difference. He's kind of been playing more Sunshine as of late, I'd say.
Well, now we're going to your favorite Yoshi.
Yes, sir. I love Yoshi.
No.
Yeah, I feel like baseball is actually gonna go for shroomless here. Maybe even 3 out of 3 shroomless. Just sounds like something baseball would do when he really doesn't need to.
That really
Considering,
does.
yeah, it's just he's so many points up, and I don't know. He's already kind of shown a little disrespect towards Trey, finishing, you know, backwards a couple times. Oh, okay.
He knew it was bad. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I don't think that would have made it. So.
I feel like he was definitely aiming for it though.
Yeah, he might have been. He went super wide, you know, if he was meaning to shroom in the first place, so I feel like, yeah, he's going for it.
Now, the real question is, will we see a tunnel strap? Now we know there's going to be a shroomless, right?
No, Emo, only you do that. A lot of people don't know that exists, let alone go for it.
Yeah, look, back in the day, baseball was the prime suspect of tunnel strat.
That's true. I guess baseball could. Actually, getting the shroom out second lap, so not the 3 out of 3 shroomless, but we'll have to see on this third lap if he does go for it. Trey still got a shroom, but just so far behind. Oh man, and hitting a lot of grass to put him even further behind. It's a shame.
So I got that extra shroom. It's gonna make up a little bit of the time, but obviously it's not gonna be it all.
Oh, and baseball going around. Wow, he wants the points.
He's trying to make it. He's trying to make top 4.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, and especially like towards the end of the league. I mean,
oh, tunnel strap!
Oh, no!
Baseball, what are you doing? What? He goes around the YOLO, but wants to go into the tunnel. And this is going to put Trey ahead here to hopefully pick up his second point. What the heck? I don't get it. We were just talking about how he wanted the points. Trey is going to take that pretty comfortably now. What the heck? I'm baffled. I don't know, dude. He said he went for tunnel strap for the commentators. That's not what I wanted.
I wanted him to make it.
You should have just gone for YOLO if you wanted to. Alright, well, Another point on the board for Trey, and this will take it to the last match. Oh my gosh, baseball potentially picking new characters. And
Oh
a new
no.
character. The Bowser card. Okay. Ultimate disrespect. Giving Trey a pretty fair chance to get another point, actually.
Yeah, actually, in this course especially, dry.
Yeah.
Since okay, so I'm gonna explain the differences between the cards, right? So heavyweights, their mini turbos last at 1/6 of a second, versus the barrel train, which lasts half a second.
Yeah.
So just that time difference in boosting gives you like such a huge advantage, right? Because you're always going to be at top speed no matter what with the barrel train. But now baseball has to actually space less and add a bunch of more MTs, which he's not doing right now.
I was gonna say, I hope he knows to like not space, because the idea of spacing is letting your MTs last as long as they can, but they don't last that long in the Bowser kart. So, oh no!
Oh no!
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I don't know how well A-Tech works either. He might get tripped up by some weird A-Tech stuff going on.
Yeah, it's definitely not as intrusive as A-Type on the barrel train is.
Yeah, and geez, look how much of the screen this cart and King Boo takes up. Can't even see the track, baseball.
That's gonna give him a bad tornado cycle, I think, here.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go pretty wide. Okay, gets around it. Oh, pulled himself back over and actually...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a smart idea to just not go for the shroom there. You're already so far to the left, you might as well.
Yeah. Looks like Trey's way ahead so far. If he keeps it together, he will be fine. I'm sure Trey even knows that baseball's in this course, because he must have looked over at the screen and just been like, wait a minute. But yeah, baseball still got the shroom. Not going to make that much of a difference. I mean, even if the cart wasn't worse, it's definitely different, and it's going to throw him off, because like, you know.
Oh no.
Oh, Trey! Get back on the track.
Come on. Get in there. Come on.
Okay. Still quite a bit ahead. He's just got to make sure this last corner goes pretty smoothly. Oh, God. Okay. All right. I think he's fine. Whew. Oh, there we go. Baseball gets hit by the tornado.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Baseball trying to pull out the disrespect. Unfortunately, just throws Trey a bone, gets him another point. So Trey getting 3 points on the board, not too shabby considering, baseball kids like rank 8 in the world, while Trey's rank 120-ish, sub 120. I'm not sure his exact rank, but just a little above top 100.
Yeah,
so,
just around there.
Yeah, we're gonna pull the players in for some interviews. Hi guys.
Testing. Is this working well?
Yes.
Yes.
We no longer hear game audio. Exact rank, but just a
I played
above.
it safe and unplugged everything.
Oh yeah, there you go. Good job.
I just gotta say, you're a madman for that Bowser card at the end.
Oh, that was awful. It does A-Tech well.
Does it?
That's good.
Oh, okay. I was wondering how much the A-Tech, especially on dry, because I was thinking like, ooh, this is gonna be tough on dry, and it even looked like he almost got sucked into the pit that one time.
I was really hoping for Mushroom City.
Yeah, and not only that, but like on the pit where you like first lap almost went into the sand pit. That was pretty scary.
Yeah, it was.
And did you know obviously the MTs don't last as long. Were you trying to space less, or were you just kind of doing the same muscle memory?
I was still figuring out the cart. I know to space much less.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's that was pretty fun to watch at the end there. Baseball, you brought out a little bit of disrespect by crossing the finish line backwards a couple times, but then you really turned it up to 11 with tunnel strats and Bowser kart. I gotta ask you. I just need to get this straight. You played it safe on Yoshi. You streamed the first 2 laps, and then you go around on the YOLO. And I was like, wow, he wants to secure himself the points. And then you went into tunnel strat and died. Why? Why didn't you just do 3 out of 3 shroomless? Was it just kind of I don't know. Was this something you were planning from the beginning to go for tunnel strat 3rd lap, or were you just like, hey, look, a tunnel, let me go in it?
So lap 1, I accidentally threw in an A-Tech. I had to bail on Shroomless. You guys
Okay,
definitely
yeah.
called that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
listening to the commentary, you guys got it in my head. I'm like, okay, let's go for it lap 3.
That's what you guys are doing to him. Giving him all his ideas. Yeah, I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I forgot he could hear. I forgot he could hear that whole time. No wonder. That's pretty funny. And how about Kart? What was up with that? You just
Oh, I started the disrespect train and it just kept going.
okay. All right. Fair enough. And
I
Trey.
only mildly
Oh.
regret listening to chat just because it was way more tempting to be disrespectful.
Right.
I had a
When you
lead.
can
I
hear our
could hear I had
reactions.
a lead.
Thank you, chat.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, I have a question for Trey now.
Okay.
You know, you took the first point, and I was wondering if that, maybe lets you relax a bit more. I don't know, just getting like a point on the board, because I know sometimes when like your opponent is racking up points and you still have 0, it can be a little nerve-wracking. But I don't know, did getting that first track out of the way help at all, or maybe make it worse, or what?
Yeah, I'd say it probably helped with my mindset overall. Like I was playing decent for the most part. There were some tragedies on a few tracks, but other than that, I appreciate the early point.
Yeah. No, yeah, it was good to see.
I think
But
DKM first pick should happen more often. It's pretty fun. First track.
oh no, I disagree.
I go
Bandit
there
every single
too.
time.
Just your standard track.
Yeah, well, congrats on the 3 points. Got to say that's pretty solid against Baseball Kid and Baseball. Congrats on the win. I think we're ready to throw out the outro, unless Ema, you got some questions or you guys have any closing remarks.
I'm good.
No remarks here.
Alrighty
Nice
then.
commentary.
Yeah, no, it was fun, and let me look at
And
this.
GG.
GG's.
Yeah, and that'll be it for today. We will be GSA will be starting up the stream again at 2 p.m. tomorrow Eastern time, so be sure to check them out then. Otherwise, buy tickets to Pace, and that'll be it. You can do exclamation mark tickets in the chat to get more info on that. And yeah, it was fun. Bye, guys.
Peace.
See you later.